Well, it's also not a striker system anyway, so the
Right.
slide doesn't have any input on the
Right.
trigger
Yeah.
unless it's reciprocating back to pull the hammer back, but that's it. But the only thing about these is that they're not drop safe, because if you drop it on the front, the inertia of the hit will bring the firing pin smacking it forward. That's the only unsafe thing about the 80 series 19 and 2011s is that they're not drop safe, because I'll just do this and the firing pin will.
Oh. So like, if it is pointed up, it won't go off.
Yeah. They won't do anything except for if it's straight down, right on the face of the muzzle. Because the firing pin is just sitting in there by a spring. It's not held by anything. It's just suspended in there. There's no firing pin block or anything. It's literally just a spring in there holding it suspended. And so if you drop it flat on its face, it can go off with the inertia driving that spring down, the firing pin down under its own weight. ARs have that issue too, because there's nothing holding an AR firing pin like that as well. But
Dude, you'd have to smack something really hard, wouldn't you?
you would think so. I don't exactly know how high you'd have to drop it from.
Well, I was trying to like think in theory, could you just like smash something?
I don't know. I know Ben Steger did a video on it where he took his staccato and dropped it on the floor like that with just a primed case and did it. But yeah, so I imagine just from like regular like arm height and dropping it, you could, but realistically, how often are you going to take your gun and just drop it perfectly straight on the ground?
Well, even if if that's like the only direction it can go off is if it hits the barrel hits the ground.
Yeah. I don't see it as much of an issue. I mean, I know that for like duty use, people don't like that because like, oh, it should be perfectly safe no matter what I do. Like I should be able to yeet it, as far as I can and be able to not worry about it, and that's reasonable, I guess. But the odds of that happening are probably very slim.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, ARs have that same issue too because their firing pin is just free floating like that as well. And it's actually even less so because they don't even have a spring to hold it, tension on it. So it's literally just flopping around in there, the firing pin. But how many dudes are taking their muzzles of their ARs and just ramming
Well,
them
I'm
into the
trying to
ground?
think like if you just like muzzle strike someone super hard, if you're trying
No.
to like subdue them and you just blow a hole in their head,
No, I don't think so.
that would be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
Imagine trying to explain that to like your like whoever the top guy is in like the army or whatever like the commander's name is, like going
Yeah.
back and be like, yeah, we didn't try to do that, but
Although realistically, if you're gonna muzzle check somebody in the face, you're probably trying to kill them anyways, because that's really gonna do some hurt.
well, if you have a suppressor,
I mean, like, dude, look at your 3-prong on your scar over there. Like, imagine just ramming somebody in the side of the head with that. That's gonna jack them up.
that would suck really bad.
Yeah.
I always thought about that whenever I've seen that. I'm like, dude, that would suck. I would just be like,
Oh,
just shoot me.
yeah. It would hurt so
It would
bad.
hurt so much worse.
See, with like a suppressor, at least there's enough surface area there to where I mean, it would still hurt. Don't get me wrong, but at least it's not like a pinpoint. Like, I guess it'd be the difference of like having like somebody poke you with a baseball bat or poke you with like a pen.
Oh, dude, like I was in golf league last night.
Mm-hmm.
I like was doing like a short chip or whatever, and I was just like kind of swinging my club afterwards, and I like hit it right on my ankle.
Oh, wait, the inside of your front ankle? Is
No,
that what
the
it was?
outside, right on the bone. I don't know if you can
How did
see
you
it.
do that?
I was just chipping, and then I was like walking, and I was just kind of like lazily like.
Oh, sure. You're just walking past the ball and doing it.
No, it was like after I chipped, I was like walking over to grab my putter that was like laying on the ground, and I was
Uh-huh.
just kind of like
Oh,
swinging
you're
it.
swatting at the grass or something.
Yeah, it was just like flop around or
Sure.
whatever, and it
Yeah.
just like dink perfectly, just
Right on
right
the
on the
blade.
bone. Yeah, it
Razor scooter
it
effect.
yeah, it took me out, dude. It took me out.
That's good. I saw a video the other day of a guy. He was taking off like some siding or I was lathing plaster is what it was, and he was taking the claw of his hammer. And he was just smacking it downwards at the lath, and he totally missed it, and it just brought the claws right down onto his shin, like full force, completely whiffed. Full
Oh,
arm extension, claws of his hammer right to his shin,
oh,
totally busted him open. I'm like, oof, that's gross.
oh,
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be the worst form of torture.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine?
Just getting your shins repeatedly hit over and over by like hammer claws or like a
Do
razor
they
scooter.
do they do that in like SEER school when they're like doing like the um when they go to like get when they're captured or whatever?
Yeah, like the torture resilience testing.
Yeah, can you imagine like someone just rides in on a razor scooter and you're like, "No, no, no,
He just
please
does like
no."
you step off it and you like spin the handlebars around really quick and you
it
just smack.
dude, it's like the that thing that we were watching frick, why can't I think of his name? The Tucker Carlson like sleep demon.
Yeah.
Hello, or that was what's his name? Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
The guy he just razor scooters in. He's like, "Hello." I would crumble so fast.
I'll tell you whatever you want.
And anything.
Anything. Oh gosh. Yeah, that is awful. I remember one time I was when I was skating. I remember I tried to do I don't know, a kickflip or something. I totally like whiffed it and my board did an extra like half rotation and landed right perfectly on its side, and I went to go land and I landed kind of off to the side of it, and my feet were expecting to keep going on my board, but they hit the pavement, so I fell, and my shins underneath my entire body weight crumpling on top of them just landed right on the flat edge of my skateboard, and my whole body weight crushed my shins to the edge of my board. It hurts so bad.
Oh my gosh.
uh
Oh my gosh.
that's why I don't skate anymore, dude. I'm way too old for that crap. My knees are so old now.
Dude, I'll still ripstick, bro.
Ripstick. Oh gosh, I forgot about ripsticks. That was so much
Jackson.
fun. Go look in your nuts. Be a gentleman.
Um
What was your crash out this week? Oh, also,
yeah, let's just do
hi,
the end.
welcome to Culture Warfare. We're here on episode 10? Or is it a
It's
10,
it's
our
gonna
10th
end
one,
up
but our 9th official one?
I I don't know,
Anyway, thanks for coming.
9 or 10, one of them.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Uh, what's your crash out this week? Because I got a good one.
Um, that last week. Well, we didn't record last week, but
Yeah. Yeah, one from last week.
I was so um just completely doomer pilled about the whole uh administration thing. Like it, this is like it's easily by far this is probably the worst. Uh, it's easily the worst like presidential administration that in the history of the U.S. I think at this point, it's the
Is it the
worst.
worst or is it the biggest letdown?
It's I think that's probably why it's the worst is like
Sure.
because of how big of a letdown It
Yeah, I
is.
could see that. I could.
But now, like, since a week has passed, I'm really just like, whatever about it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't care anymore. Like, the government sucks. All of it. It's horrible.
true.
If you're still voting, you're a clown. If you vote, you're a clown. They're not going to help you. They never will help you. The end.
Reddit and clown pilled. Um, yeah, it has been a big letdown. I don't know if I would say it's the worst, but I could see where you're coming from as far as it being the biggest letdown. Definitely.
Well, I was going to go
Although
through.
to be fair, I mean, like I've only been through a couple of elections as an adult anyway, so I don't really have much of a frame of reference
Well,
regardless.
I'm just like looking at like, you know, if I was last week, I was gonna go through and like just do a whole list of like the campaign, what we were promised
Mhm.
or what they were running on, and versus what we got. It's
Mhm.
basically almost the exact opposite of everything that we voted for.
Yeah.
Like everything, like the whole thing. The his big thing was border control, right?
Mhm.
Which, you know, is whatever, but like it doesn't seem like it's really going that great. Like sure, there's probably not as many people coming in, which is a good thing, but it's like I still don't know if he's actually even like really doing anything. Like the stuff in LA was all like fake. Like I
Yeah,
think
I
there's
see
a
videos like every single day though of dudes in ice vehicles rounding people up.
I mean not around here.
Not that we know of. I mean, they could be, but I'm not sure.
The
But
only
also, they're not coming to our area. They're going to places where they're more concentrated, like the Southwest or the Northeast.
Sure, but there's a ton
Oh, for sure,
everywhere.
for sure. But maybe it's just easier to get them down there. I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
think
regardless, their stuff on their promises on gun rights and stuff like that has been an absolute joke. Like we were promised big two-way wins and stuff like that. The whole Hearing Protection Act and Short Act got just completely
nuked.
annihilated,
Yeah.
and the gutting of the ATF, blah blah blah. It's like we haven't seen anything meaningful coming out of that. Um, and more states are restricting more and more gun rights as
Well,
like every day it seems.
Well, yeah. I mean, is to be fair, like I was never under the impression that Trump was ever going to help with the Second Amendment in
No, I
any
mean,
way.
as far as his first administration goes, I didn't have any confidence that he was going to either. But he also, I don't think, not that I can remember, he didn't make any big promises on the Second Amendment as the first time around anyway.
I mean, he always says like, "Oh," whenever he's in front of like a program crowd, he's like talks about it.
They
But
all
that's
do.
the only time,
Yeah.
and he's never like he had a chance to deliver one of the biggest Second Amendment win
Hmm.
ever in history. Dropped the ball hard
To
on
be
that.
fair, that's not on him though. That
It is because he like that's the way politics work. Like that we all like to pretend like it's all these other people, but it's not. Like they could have all put pressure on the Congress to push it through, which they didn't
true,
because that's how they got the big beautiful bill through anyway because they put pressure on the Congress people to get the bill pushed through.
true.
So he could have pushed to get it through, but he didn't.
Yeah, he should have said if I think his strategy should have been I'm not signing this until those two provisions are put in, but at the same time, I don't think he cared that much.
No, because yeah, that's what I mean. Like he didn't care. I mean, at this rate, the government has basically, they are openly admitting that they're all controlled by APAC, that they're all on the same team, they're all on the Epstein list,
That's for sure.
and they're just gonna keep gaslighting us to believe that none of that stuff's true when it's
It's out
obviously
there in the
true.
open.
It's so obvious that that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Our entire government is ran by pedophiles and rich elite people that do insider trading and screw with the stock market and make a bunch of money, and they're all corrupt. They're openly admitting that.
Yeah.
It's just out in the open, and like the rest of us just have to be okay with it because there's nothing that we can do about it.
That is something interesting that I've noticed the past couple of weeks is that um how blatant it's been with especially the Epstein list in specific, where there's so much big talk about, oh yeah, the Epstein list, we're gonna release that, all the information about it, we'll get the flight logs, blah blah blah. And now it's like, what list? What are you talking about?
It was yeah. What is Trump's thing? There was never a list.
Yeah. Cash Patel too.
Yeah,
It's like
everything.
all of you are on it.
Ev-
At this
every
point, that's the only explanation.
every either they're all on it or they're all scared of something or scared of a group of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Cuz what could possibly be your excuse if they're not on it? What is the excuse that they wouldn't put people away for that?
Because it looks bad for Israel.
That and our government.
Yeah.
Well, it would completely collapse the US economy. Fine.
Okay.
At least we're not all being
Run by pedophiles.
run by pedophiles.
Yeah.
There's literally zero excuse why you wouldn't release that information
No.
unless you're on it or trying to protect someone.
Yeah.
Which makes you just as bad. And it's just, I'm over it. Screw everyone that's in government. I'm never voting again. I'm never voting again. I just don't even care anymore. It's just, what's the point of caring about government, politics, anything? It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
It goes back to that old Ari Shafir clip.
Yeah, and
I won't repeat what he said, but you can find it somewhere.
I mean, I'll say what he said. Like, I don't like, he's right. That's like, I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, but that he was right. And that's the only way that you see giant policy change is when the people do
Start handling
violence,
business.
start doing violence and start taking out politicians. You see it in third world countries. You see it in third world countries all the time.
Yeah.
The CIA does it.
Yeah.
The CIA overthrows governments, other countries' governments. How do they do it? They assassinate the leader.
It's like every year, bro, they're doing another one.
They-
South America or the Middle East.
They do it all the time. The CIA knows how to overthrow a government. How do they do it? With violence.
Mm-hmm.
Or they incite the people of that country to do the violence themselves.
Sure.
That's what coups are.
My crash out seems pretty lame now compared to yours.
Yeah. I was just like, I saw something the other day that summed it up so perfectly. It was like, basically, the state of America today is a race between the, regular citizens just getting fed up with how everything's going and the government getting AI robots and drones in place to protect themselves.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things has to happen first.
Yeah.
And that's basically the state of it. Sums it up pretty well.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. There's gonna come a point where either the security state becomes so large and vast that the possibility of a political uprising becomes maybe not impossible, but extremely difficult, or that uprising happens first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it it's gonna I mean, it would suck either way. I mean, it's going to suck either way whenever either one of those things happens, but it's gonna happen
Yeah.
one way or the other, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, dude, there's so many. Like, if you look around, like the Constitution is stepped all over all the time, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
I don't. I think there's very few amendments at this point that aren't completely obliterated.
Yeah,
Very few.
I mean, we talked about like the NFA and all that stuff. Like, it's it's such a blatant like abuse
Mhm.
of the Second Amendment. Like, like it's being challenged in courts all the time. Like, like FPC is constantly filing lawsuits and stuff about uh do certain laws in these states are they unconstitutional?
Mhm.
I mean, it's nonstop. They're asking for donations to fight this law in this state, and da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It's like it. We shouldn't have to pay money to fight that law. It violates the Constitution. Bottom line, it shouldn't be a law. No state should be allowed to pass a law that violates the Constitution
Yeah.
because it's unconstitutional.
Yeah. The Constitution supersedes everything.
Yeah, but somehow we just all have to go along with it, or else we get thrown in jail. Like, how effed up is that?
Yeah, and it's not even just the Second Amendment. The First Amendment is completely torn to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw, one of the most blatant abuses of it was, during COVID. You saw churches getting shut down, people getting completely nuked off the internet for saying, uh, you know, that the COVID vaccine was gonna do X or Y to you or whatever.
Dude, there was doctors losing their license,
Yeah,
and all those doctors turns out they were right the whole time.
yeah. Like there's words I could say out of my mouth right now and I would get obliterated off the internet.
Yeah, you could say
How is that even possible?
you could say true things right now,
Yes.
things that are 100% true,
Yes.
and with like irrefutable facts. You could say a factual statement right now, and it would not be allowed to be on the internet
Yeah.
because the overlords don't want people to hear it.
The defense I see people use for that is, "Oh, but I'm a private company." And that's a valid rebuttal to an extent though, because you get platforms like Google, which are huge monoliths that are basically monopolies on the, pretty much YouTube is the video player monopoly on the internet. Sure, you have Rumble or whatever else, but they're not even remotely close. So once you have those monopolies and you control pretty much the whole public discourse on, for YouTube's sake, it's video media. When you control that and you're the only one that controls that for the most part, then it becomes a problem of, okay, you're not just a private company, you're a monopoly, and you're the only way forward through this particular uh, type of media,
No, I think I was
and you
thinking
don't get private company.
I was thinking about this the other day too. Is like there should be a law where like you can have that if like you're a small business. Like you think about it going the other way. Like the huge thing in the news was that like the Christian bakery that wouldn't bake a cake for a gay couple.
Yeah.
And like yeah, I get it when a small company wants to, you know, stick to
Yeah, their
their
morals and
morals or
their
whatever, their religious morals, whatever.
yeah,
But I think once you I feel like once you become a publicly traded company and like people can like everyone can invest in your company, you no longer get to have those privatized, you know, rules. You know what I mean? Like once you're publicly traded, that means you're like a Fortune 500 company at that point, right?
yeah,
Like, you're not allowed to just violate constitutional rights because it's a privately, you know, it's a private company.
Yeah.
Well, you're not really a private company anymore. You're a public company. You're a
Yeah.
publicly traded company.
Mhm. Yeah, well, like Mr. Guns and Gear, he got banned off of Stripe and PayPal the other day because they just don't like what he, is associated with or whatever,
Mhm.
firearms related stuff and the like. He was
J
able to get remonetized back onto it from pressure from the White House, but most other people don't have access to the White House. So, what happens to the other people that you don't like?
Yeah, it's
Well, you saw the thing in Canada with the trucker protests. Like those dudes were getting their bank accounts nuked for driving trucks through downtown wherever in Canada and honking.
yeah, it's
The
this
bank system is another one I could go on and on and on about, but
yeah, I mean, the state of our country is not good.
no.
And we're definitely like it's in our like description of the show. We're a pro America show, but let's not get it confused. Um we love the people in America and
Mhm.
we love the ideals that this country was founded on,
Mhm.
but I think I'm speaking for all of us that are on this show. We absolutely hate the government. Government sucks. They suck at everything that they do.
Yeah.
Go to the DMV. Quit asking the government to have more control over things. They suck at it. They're not good. They'll never be good at anything that they do because they're inefficient, they're corrupt, and they're all evil.
I
And they
saw
don't care about you. I don't care what side of the aisle on. Democrats, they don't give a crap about you. Republicans, they don't give a crap about you. They only care about themselves and they only care about getting money.
the fascinating thing I noticed is that the further left Democrats and the further right Republicans agree on that. It's the people in the middle that still think that they can affect change by voting or by speaking out or protesting or whatever. That crap doesn't do anything.
It does nothing at all.
There's a small portion, well, actually a big portion of people in the middle that think that all that crap still works.
No,
It doesn't.
no.
I think that the new age right and the new age left are the only segments of America that understand that none of this matters and it doesn't do anything to change a single thing.
Then what's the difference between the far right and the far left? I mean,
The only thing different is just the the end goal.
one's freedom and one's communism. Like I
Yes.
don't even view
Yes.
myself as like a right or left. Like I don't even associate with anything at all anymore.
Yeah, all those terms, I mean, they're just loosely thrown around to just reference, the stupid political compass. But at this point, that's also out the window because there's just the Overton window has become broken, and there's no way of like knowing or like putting people in a box. Really, there's way too much nuance now
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
And it's just stupid because everyone's in their own echo chamber or they're getting gaslit by whatever stupid media thing that they're following. Like
Yeah, it's all so
at
tiresome.
some point it's gonna be way too late for the American population, and then the whole thing all along is people are gonna realize it's us versus them. It's not, left versus right or Republican versus Democrat. It's us versus the government.
Yeah, I think that's it appears to be more common, like with our generation and millennials. Millennials and Gen Z seem to be the only ones that kind of recognize that. I don't feel like the older generations have even an inkling of comprehension of that. Um, For the most part, of course, that's just generalizing, but um, I feel like like the baby boomers and they kind of grew up in an era where it was just black or white, like Republicans and Democrats, like they kind of believe similar things, just a little bit different, but all in all, it's kind of just the same. Whereas nowadays, that's not how politics is. Like, we are so radically different on all kinds of fronts. Like, you have, say the far leftists that want communism and like abortion up until birth, or all kinds of like giving puberty blockers to kids and cutting their genitals off. Like, that stuff is abhorrent, and I have no shame in putting those people in a box, dude,
Yeah.
or worse.
Yeah.
But that's not the kind of ideologies that, our grandparents even could comprehend.
In a odd way, like, especially, like, the super, like, religious, like, boomer generation were, like, oddly, like, right how everything is just satanic and gay.
Yeah, it does kind of come full circle to that, doesn't it?
Like, they were wrong about everything else, and the boomer generation fumbled the biggest bag of all time.
It's so fascinating though, because the boomers kind of were all satanic and gay when they were young anyways. I mean, look at the hippie era.
Yeah. And, like, yeah, they were right on one front that everything is satanic and gay.
Yeah. The satanic panic was justified. Putting my fist down on that.
Yeah. And the more info comes out, it's like, yeah, they were right.
They're right.
Yeah. It's
Video games don't make me a murderer, though. I'll stand on that one.
no. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Video games are one of the big reasons why we got into guns.
Video games are fun, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Now, do I think that video games could potentially cause somebody who has a mental illness to become a murderer? Oh, yeah. But
Do
so
you?
can TikTok. So can movies. People with mental illnesses and stuff like that, they'll latch onto any kind of garbage to like justify psychotic things that they have going on in their mind.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like saying a schizophrenic, like, I mean, they're just already losing their mind anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Like a stiff breeze could make someone go over the edge.
Sure.
I mean, a stiff enough breeze could make me go over the edge at
At
any
this
given
point.
day, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, I just was so, and I guess when I talk about it, I get even more fired up. But
We need to cool back down.
I don't know. I got some more stuff in the freaking holster.
We can talk about it in a little bit.
Okay. Let's go to your crash out.
That's gonna sound so stupid. My neighbors are getting their roof redone right now. And you know that it's been pouring for like 2 weeks now. And so my yard is soaked. It's been soaked for a while. And the jack wagons doing their roof are driving their trailer and their dually truck into my side yard so that they can throw shingles off the roof into the trailer. In the process, they're obliterating my side yard. Like, dude, I have ruts that are like 6 to 8 inches deep, bro. It's bad.
On your property?
Yeah, on my property.
You didn't say anything about it?
So the first thing is that they're not working while I'm at home because I work too. So, and our, tradesmen work hours are all pretty much the same. So I never see them, for one. And number two, I did get their company name and I did try to call and I've received no response after multiple calls. So I don't know.
I would just have a landscaper come fix it and just send that company the bill.
I've thought about, like, I don't know, maybe putting up like
I would put up a camera.
well, I do have a camera on my backyard, but I want to take like stakes or something like that and mark my property line all the way down the middle of my my side yard so that they don't go onto it anymore. But at this point, it's too late because I've already wrecked my yard. They're also taking forever to do it too. They've been on it for 2 weeks and they have made pretty much zero progress on it. I can't fathom how they make money doing that. I have no idea. I have redone multiple roofs and it has taken a day to strip it off and redo it. On like a regular small like ranch house or whatever, you could strip it and redo the roof in like a 12-hour day. No problem.
Yeah.
I do not understand how they've taken 2 weeks to do this. It's not even close still. I don't know. Regardless. So I'm pissed off about that. But I don't know how I'm gonna even mow anymore. My mower's gonna shred that section where there's just these deep gouges in my yard. I can't mow it. I don't know what to do. Yeah. That's what I'm pissed about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what do
It
you do?
what would I do?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I would do is I would go to my neighbor and just talk to him like, "Hey, dude, like I get it. Like, I understand you're trying to get your roof fixed, but like, could you please just tell the contractor to like not gouge my yard? Like, could you just tell them that?"
Yeah, so I
And
did.
if that didn't work, I would be like, "Okay, well now I have to address this."
Yeah, so they've already they've already moved and they don't live here anymore. The realtor actually set it up to fix the roof because I already talked to my neighbor. I texted him. I was like, "Hey man, here's what's going on." Whatever. He's like, "Oh, that sucks," because they're destroying their yard too, and they're trying to sell the house. So that they're just as salty about it as I am. And so
Well,
I think
they're
my next
ultimately liable because they're trying to sell the house, right?
yeah, but I don't. I mean, I really like them. I don't think it's necessarily their issue. They're not the one causing it. And ultimately, they're just as frustrated as I am about it. My next course of action, I think, is I'm gonna have to talk to the realtor because I can't get a hold of the company for the life of me. So I'm gonna have to talk to the realtor and see if they can get a hold of them because they set it up, I guess. And if maybe if that doesn't work, or if
Yeah, I
maybe
would.
I'll just put up a sign on a post in side of my yard and say if you park your truck in my side yard again, I'm slashing your tires or putting tacks out in
I
the
mean,
yard.
that's option like 4 in my brain. My option, what I would do is I would if the owner couldn't like fix it for you or like tell them to stop,
Mm-hmm.
then I would pay a landscaper to just give him $100 to give me a bid on what it costs to fix it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would go to the realtor and be like, "Listen, you set this up. I talked to the my old neighbor, and he doesn't want them driving around the yard either. Either you're paying this bill because you set it up, or they're paying the bill to get it fixed.
Yeah.
Or you can tell them to stop doing it.
Yeah.
And if they keep doing it, I would send the bill to the realtor. Be like, you trespassed, you're paying it,
The,
or you can forward this bill onto the company."
See, the thing that frustrates me the most about it isn't necessarily the damage to my yard. Yeah, is that frustrating?
It's
Absolutely.
the disrespect.
It's the disrespect and the unprofessionalism of it. Is like you and I are tradesmen. I
Hmm.
don't even park my work van in homeowners' driveways
That are
because
gravel.
I don't even do it if it's on concrete because I don't want to leave tire tracks on their driveway because I have enough respect for homeowners to not jack up their property. Like, I know that, yeah, tire tracks are, whatever, but I'm not gonna, like, take my dirty van tires all over these people's driveway because that's not professional.
Yeah, and
Let alone driving my work van through their yard and tearing up ruts in it. That's
the
stupid.
neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the more like, and that's another thing with like today's day and age is like the more you go through and just like think about like what people have going on, like the more you realize that almost nobody actually even knows what they're doing ever. You know what I mean? Like,
This seems especially prevalent in the trades because of um man, the amount of people I see that are doing stuff around job sites and stuff like that, it's like, my goodness, where did they find you?
yeah. So all this is to say, shameless plug, if you are in the southern Wisconsin area and you want a contractor to build your house that talks to other subcontractors and has worked in the industry and knows the difference between good subcontractors and bad subcontractors, contact Northern Peak Construction. Um, they actually talk to their subcontractors and they will get your house built for a good price
It'll be done right.
and it'll be done right. So, shameless plug there.
Yeah.
If you're in the area and you want your house built right at a good price with good contractors that aren't gonna screw you over.
Yeah. It's just like it's a shame what blue collar work has turned into nowadays because of how many brainlets are out there making a bad name for the rest of us who actually care.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Luke?
No, I mean, like we've been saying this whole time, it's like there's. It seems like there's not enough people going into it for the right reasons,
Right.
and it's just kind of like this societal norm of, oh, just get into the trades because it's easy. You can start whenever. You don't need college for it, so it's easy, and then you don't have you can just charge whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
I think too the trades are a little bit more susceptible to having idiots in it involved in the first place because say you have like some like tweaked out meth head or whatever that's been in jail like 57 times or whatever, and he gets out and he wants to turn over a new leaf. Some like office in downtown isn't gonna hire him because he's got like he's got like all kinds of face tats and the terrible criminal history or whatever, but uh like a do-all concrete company is, hiring, and they don't really care about his criminal history. They just need bodies. So I think the trades are a little bit more susceptible to it, in that instance, but it still it still sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it does ultimately kind of partially land on the consumer, and it's hard because like it's not that construction is hard, but you do have to work hard at it. You have to be willing to work hard at it.
Yeah.
And once you get to the point where you do work hard at it, you to make your operation run better,
Hmm.
you need to be able to pay employees to train them up.
Yep.
And unfortunately, when that happens, you have to up your price for your experience to get the job done right. And people don't want to pay for that. They just want the biggest house that they can possibly get for the cheapest possible price.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's
then they
like,
want to complain about the entire project that everything is running like crap. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, you could have spent a little extra money and you would have had it done right.
yeah. Well, so like for Luke and I in our section of the industry, I mean, we're both electricians, and there's a particular company that is not either of ours, but it's his company, my company, and another company are kind of like the three that do work for this other company that, subcontracts us out. This other company has pretty much the lowest IQ goobers working at this place, and they're probably paying them as much as like Apple's child slaves over in China, and they have been getting a lot of work for the subcontractor just because they can somehow keep their bids that cheap because of, you know, well, they don't need to pay their guys a decent wage because they're retarded. Whereas Luke and my company, you have highly skilled guys that have been doing this a long time. You need to pay them more. So the bid's going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's like the difference between paying like low skill retards and like high skill retards.
Yeah.
When you're doing construction, you want the high skill retards.
Yeah, because the high skill retards like
They
me,
cost a little bit more.
yeah, it's a little bit more, but it's going to be done right.
Yeah.
And they care about what they're doing because, you know,
And-
like for me when I go do stuff, I want the customer to feel like they've received a good experience. I want the process to be as smooth as possible for them because I know what having people working on your house is like because it's just stressful.
Yeah.
I want that as seamless as possible. I want them to feel like they got a good value for their money and that it wasn't wasted because money wasted sucks. Nobody
Yeah.
likes that.
Yeah, and especially if you're making a giant investment like that, like building a new house.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like you want to feel comfortable with it. I mean, especially if you're paying like what housing costs nowadays, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
if you're spending that much money on something and you're investing, 30 years of like 2,500 to $4,000 a month on a house,
Yeah.
You want to feel good about that investment. And so when you go to the job site and you see, jack wagons doing lines of coke off of the tailgate of their truck and then going into work, it's
dude,
like,
I can't tell you, like, especially the caliber of houses that we work on, like,
yeah,
like smoking cigarettes.
inside the house is asinine.
Like, I've seen that happen. It doesn't happen very often, but like it happens sometimes. And I lose my mind every single time. Like
I saw it
even doing it in the garage.
Yeah, I saw it the other day. I said, "Hey, dude, why are you smoking inside this house?" He's like, "Well, I'm just walking through." I said, "Get that thing out of here. The homeowner's gonna be here in 10 minutes."
Yeah. Dude, if I was a homeowner, I would lose my mind. And
Yeah.
if you are a homeowner and
I wouldn't tolerate that.
no, for the record, if you are a homeowner and you smell cigarette smoke in your house, you should absolutely ream out the general contractor. You
It's-
have every right to come unglued on the general contractor.
It's
And
just
that
so
general
crazy.
contractor should be losing their mind. I would lose my, like,
Yeah.
at Northern Peak Construction, if there is cigarette smell inside of the house, that subcontractor will never, ever step foot on another Northern Peak construction site ever again. That is a promise.
Well, it's like, okay, the construction industry has tons of smokers. That's just how it is. Go do it in your truck. Go do it on the sidewalk away from the house. Do not bring that crap into the house.
Yeah.
Because it's unprofessional, it's disrespectful, and it's just trashy. It's just trashy.
Yeah, even like, yeah, you could just go outside
I don't care that you
and
smoke.
just make sure the door is closed. Like,
Yeah.
do it on the sidewalk. How hard is it?
It's like, I don't care that you smoke, dude. Cool. I'm glad you like cigarettes, bro. Don't do that near the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, how would you feel if I went into your house and I just started smoking inside, well, probably
Or they
not, but
probably
they probably wouldn't care.
But that's the caliber of person we're talking about. But it's just yeah. But from the top down, and it goes back to government, like we were talking about before. Is like no one actually knows what they're doing.
No.
Like the video of the police chief in D.C. Did you see that video?
No.
Some reporter was asking the police chief, or I don't know what she was, the head of something, but it was clearly a DEI hire. Guess
Many such cases.
guess the demographic. Like some reporter asked her about like understanding what the chain of like something about the chain of command,
Mhm.
and this person was like, "What does that mean?"
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, they couldn't comprehend what the chain of command is.
Like
What
the
are you
phrase,
talking about?
The phrase "chain of command."
Yeah.
You're the police chief.
There's a built-in chain of command into your whole organization.
You're
How do
supposed
you
to be
not
at
know
the
what that
top of
means?
the chain of command.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
Brainlets.
it's so it's so infuriating.
Yeah. I had some great videos to share, but we
Yeah,
can't.
but Luke hasn't been able to figure out this dang computer.
Dude, I've been trying.
Dude, that computer's giving us so much heartache today, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, what'd you do to this over the week?
Nothing. It's every week, and I had another crash out before we even started recording. It's every single week.
It was pretty funny. Oh, that reminds me. I got another crash out I'm gonna give Bo.
Oh boy.
Dude, so last time we recorded was 2 weeks ago. And we talked about how Bo's crash out was the text about me saying that I would destroy him in a shooting competition or whatever, that whole thing.
Mm.
So I told my wife, I said Bo did not like the fact that, or no, it wasn't that. I told my wife what I had said. Oh, we should have a shooting competition, whatever. That Bo and I were gonna do like a shooting competition or whatever. And my wife says to me, "You don't think that'd be a little unfair to Bo though?"
Did you tell her about the offhand situation?
I laughed
He
so
led with that.
I laughed so hard, dude. I said I'm 100% telling Bo this to rile him up all over again about it.
The funniest thing is when she's knowing your wife, when she said that, she was not joking at all.
Oh no.
She was completely serious.
No. Stone face serious. She is no BS. Like
We'll do the shooting. We'll do the shooting competition where you're offhand, and then we'll do a golfing one where I'm going lefty.
No, I got a better idea.
do we have lefty clubs?
Drew's
Drew's
got
got
some,
lefty
yeah.
clubs? Oh yeah.
Do a shooting competition. Everything's normal, except for Mitchell wears a Bart collar.
A Bart collar.
Yeah, so
every shot.
every gunshot will set it off.
Man, that'd
And
be
you got
rough.
it right on your neck.
Hold on. What voltage are we doing? Are we doing like kind of low? Are we doing medium? Or are we doing like full blast?
Oh,
I'm
no.
getting nuked every time I
No.
shoot the gun.
I want to be safe about it, so we'll do medium.
Honestly, that would be hilarious, but I don't know if my neck would be able to tolerate it after like a full string of fire.
Dude, have you seen that video of the guy who puts on a shot collar and his buddy's got the remote and he
He's
goes,
ordering McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah,
That
dude,
sounds
it's
awesome.
so funny. It's so funny.
Oh, that sounds so funny. No, that would be funny to do something like that.
Yeah. I thought your crash out was gonna be me in the group chat saying that none of us train.
I thought it was too.
Well, it was. I didn't have a crash out about that, but I guess it kind of depends on what we're defining as training.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to rile you up about it,
Oh.
so I could bring up that point.
Sure. Yeah. No. It didn't set me off because I was like, well, what do we mean by that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Which we should probably. I
What does
mean,
that-
we've
what does
been.
that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Why is our weekly crash out just the entire episode every single week? It's
I
just
was
us ranting about how freaking inefficient and retarded the government is every single week. Which we should just change the name of our podcast to let's complain
Just-
about how
let's complain
inefficient.
about the government.
Like, yeah. At some point, people are just gonna get sick of hearing us talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll say it again, and I'll say it from the rooftops. I'll say it 1,000 times. The government doesn't care about you, and they hate us. Stop voting for them. They suck.
They hate you.
They hate us. They
The
hate
government hates you. Dude, I actually had that written. I would I used to have like those window markers or whatever. I used to just write silly things on the back of my windshield, and
remember
that
that.
actually was something I wrote on the back of my window, and I left that up for a long time. Was the government hates you?
You had on there a while
Yeah, it was like a
The-
year.
before you changed it to the government hates you. You had the government wants to kill you. You had that on there for a while.
I'm sure I probably did. I had all kinds of stuff. I had like the ATF is gay, and Jesus Christ is king, all that stuff. I had all kinds of stuff.
We
on
We
there.
should have probably
Silly stuff,
left for
and
that.
then a very serious one.
What's that?
I said, yeah, very silly stuff, except for the Jesus Christ is Lord.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I used to write all kinds of phrases on the back windshield of my truck.
All truthful.
True.
Yes,
Um.
all truthful.
Yeah. So, let's get into it. The actual discussion.
Should we take a potty break? I need to tinkle.
Yeah,
Just-
go ahead.
Just go for it.
I'm gonna tinkle. I'm just gonna wet my
Yeah,
pants right
just,
here.
just go for it. Yeah, here it is.
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So, the executive order is
Immediately,
She had to have somebody step in and talk for her.
yeah, and immediately starts talking about Trump.
No, we don't care about him anymore.
Not really. Well,
Rip.
yeah.
Man, how do we get this to work? That was wild.
He literally just
wait.
turned it
Beep,
on.
boop, boop, bop, beep, and it turned on.
That's crazy. We tried so hard to get this thing running.
I restarted everything
Like 4 times.
and I punched.
He punched your mic. He said it felt good though.
It did feel good.
Oh, I'm glad.
All right, back from the break.
Back from the break.
If you enjoyed that schizo rant, hit like, comment why you hate the government, share with your friends that also hate the government, and I don't know.
If you're in the trades, share a good like job site fight story or something. I'd like to read those.
Yeah, have you seen those Aussie guys that read like job site accidents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so funny.
Yeah,
They're the
there's some
best.
bad ones.
Yeah, they're bad, but they're funny.
Yeah. So speaking of the government being awful, let's set up a scenario here.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of what the topic is supposed to be about is like, all right, what is training, right? Because I don't know. I feel like there's so many like people that talk about like, training in the gun industry.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like different sections of people that like say, they're training or they're doomsday prepping or whatever. It's like, like being a prepared citizen, that is important. But also, if you're shooting on a flat range, I don't consider that training.
It's training, but in a very specific thing.
Well, I'm not saying you. I mean, shooting competitions, that's different. Is like if you, that's a skill that you're being proficient in. But when I think about like training, like I'm trying to think about like football practice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to practice what what training in this industry is. I mean, you're trying to prepare yourself for total societal collapse or, you know, total social unrest.
Yeah. I think that
But it's like, what does that even look like? Are you practicing like escape and evade in your vehicle?
right.
Because realistically, if it does come to that, where the government just says, "Okay, we're taking over now,"
Yeah,
what is that even gonna look like?
I think we gotta kind of set up
You should know how to shoot, and you should be proficient at doing that. I'm not
but it's not the
downplaying
only
that.
thing.
I'm not downplaying that.
Yeah, it's not the only thing that you should be working on though.
You're talking specifically like going to a public range, standing at a bay, and just shooting 15 yards at a paper target,
No, that's worthless.
and you're calling that not training?
No,
Correct.
that's worthless. That's literally just for making sure your optic is zero. That's I think that bench shooting is pretty much basically worthless.
Right.
Unless you're shooting over 500 yards or more with say like a precision gun or something like that, then I could say then it's a little bit different because you have so many more factors at longer distances. But if you're like 100 yards in just shooting off a bench rest, that's worthless, in my opinion. That's just to make sure that your optic is zeroed. I think that if you're going to bench rest shoot or you're going to be stationary in shooting, it has to be at very extended distances in order for it to count as some form of training for something. Because I think when you're talking about, say, precision shooting in general, that is a very good and important skill set to have, whether it be for hunting, whether it be for Overwatch or whatever, say in a military setting. If you're, only shooting at 100 yards, that doesn't do any good for you sitting stationary and shooting. I think it has to be at 600 yards or more
And I also think like, yes,
because then it does take skill to do that.
yeah, no, that's definitely a skill, and it's a good skill to have, and I think that it's important to have that skill, or at least some knowledge of that skill, or at least to know where your zero is.
Yeah.
When you're shooting long range, but like when we're really thinking about societal collapse, like how often are you going to be set up in a sniper position? Like
Yeah,
most of like the societal collapse stuff, when I think about it, is going to be mostly defensive.
Yeah, I guess we got to set kind of like the stage for what we want to like think about. Like, okay, what type of scenario are we thinking about in this instance?
I don't know. Like that's why I was like,
Because there's so many different ways it could go too.
yeah.
It could be total economic collapse. It could be an invasion from a third party. It could be anything. So you're training for certain scenarios. It's all different and it's all yeah.
I think if it gets to that point, I'm just gonna take my family and the people that are close to me, and we're scooting out. We're gonna get away from people and try to set something up to where we can be self-sufficient somewhere far away from here.
Yeah, you gotta find a spot that's self sufficient, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot survive long term in any kind of like city environment
No.
or even like a small town
Or
because
even-
everything that keeps that place alive is supplied by that sustainable place.
Or even in
Mhm.
this country. Like you can go out, you can have, 1,000,000 acres out west. No one's even near you, and you're totally self-sufficient, and you're still in this country. If it gets bad enough, eventually they're going to come knock on your door.
Mm-hmm.
And are you ready for that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if it would like in that particular case, like if you've got like like you said, tens of thousands of acres and you live like 2 hours from the nearest town or more,
I mean,
would you even be worth their time at that point?
you're gonna definitely be one of the last people
Yeah.
that they come for, but eventually,
Right. Yeah. I mean, what do you think is the most likely scenario?
social credit score.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could
some
see
kind
that.
of martial law.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't think the U.S. government or any government in the entire world is going to come like become physically violent with the U.S. population because
No, it wouldn't
they
work.
can't win.
It wouldn't work.
They can't win. Yes, they have all the military tech in the entire world, but if it ever came to that point, like they need people to operate those. And how many people that are in the U.S. military? Like I know the standards are getting crazy low at this point, but like eventually, like there's gonna be like free thinkers within the U.S. military that
Those-
are be like, we're not gonna do that.
Those
Well, I
people have
mean,
families too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it your point, but exaggerated. Like a 19-year-old kid who just joined. I don't care who is giving them the order, if it's their platoon leader or if it's the president himself. They're not gonna go into a family town and shoot families. They're not gonna do that.
No, they would have to. They would have to bring in like an outside military. Like
Right.
they would have
They'd
to.
have to bring in militias.
They'd have to bring in like NATO.
Right.
So we wouldn't have to worry about our own military.
No.
We'd have to worry about other people's military. But still, even then, it's like
If
it would be
a-
a very, it would be very like they wouldn't do that, especially because like if they did get into an all-out war with the civilian population, like who are they gonna rule over
Right.
afterwards?
Well, yeah,
'cause the
no one
government's
wins
still
that.
in charge.
Like, yeah, that would be a no-win situation for anyone.
Yeah.
And
That's why I don't think that like the government's like ever gonna come like, oh, we're just gonna ban guns and round them up. Like I see that all the time. It's like, oh, they're just gonna ban guns and just go door to door knocking. It's like nobody's gonna do that.
no, they're not gonna do
They're not
that.
gonna do that because they want to go home to their families. There's a basic human instinct to survive. Because I'll tell you what, if some guy comes and kicks in my door to take all my guns, sorry, bro,
No,
it's me or you.
they and they know that, and they know that they know that would go horribly wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
if you
you
talk
also-
to police officers that are like, they don't want to do that.
No.
They don't want to do that. So I mean, if it ever came to that, they would do it how they always do it with gun laws: is they just slowly take a little bit at a time,
Yeah.
and they could outright ban, you know, assault weapons tomorrow.
No,
They're not gonna come
they're
get
not gonna
them.
come get them.
You just aren't gonna be able to use them
Yeah.
in public, and then if you make someone mad, they're gonna no knock raid you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's at the end of the day, they are still people. They're not robots. They're not Terminators. They still have that instinct to survive. And like anybody with a working brain would know that it's stupid to just go knock on people's door and say, "Hey, hand over your guns, please." There's going to be people that will comply with that, but there's going to be a lot of people that don't.
Well, yeah, and I don't think it will ever come to that.
No,
I mean,
no.
it's a silly thing to prepare for because it's just never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like they don't. First of all, they don't have the manpower to do that, and they don't have people that are going to be willing to do that for them.
No, because all it takes is one, deputy to go to somebody's house and get his head caved in for the rest of his buddies to be like, I'm not doing that. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just not going to. So that's why I think it's probably the social credit score. That would be the most likely scenario. They're just gonna make it so your money is tied to a digital wallet,
Mm-hmm.
and then like if the government has the ability, which you could argue that they already do, even with our cards, because that's where everyone's money is now, is on a card. Like they can just turn off your money,
Yeah.
and that's eventually what they're gonna do with the social credit score.
If that happens, I think that will ultimately just end up going back to the bartering age. How it was back in the day before like central currencies and stuff like that. Like um people would just trade goods and services for other goods and services. That's how I do a lot of business privately with like my buddies or whatever is like, hey, I want this, you know, I'll come over and do some work for you or I'll, trade you this or whatever. I do that. I do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's kind of just been something that humans do. That's just how getting things has been forever pretty much. And that's what money is I'm just trading my labor for your labor. There's just a middleman of money in between.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you want your car fixed for any reason,
Mm-hmm.
all you got to do is text your buddies and say, there's pizza and beer in the garage.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. And if you like somebody enough, you just do it for free and,
Right?
they just know that they owe you one and there you go.
Yeah. So money doesn't always have to be involved, but like you said, it's just a middleman.
Yeah. That's all it is. I work. I use my labor. My boss pays me for my labor and then I use that money that I use labor to get to pay for somebody else's labor.
So you're saying my liberal arts degree that I got from Portland University is useless?
Always has been, buddy. Sorry. Hate to
Dang.
break it to you.
My gender studies, dude, I really thought gender studies was gonna take off.
Sure learned to code.
Gender studies. How long did that take you? Like 2 semesters?
No,
Semester for each.
it took me 8 years.
semesters. He's $100,000 in debt.
Dude, that's like a semester at college these days. It's ridiculous.
It is
It
ridiculous.
is kind of crazy.
And guess where they get all their money from?
The government.
The feds.
Probably mostly sports. If I had to
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, at least the big ones.
Oh yeah, the big schools.
Yeah. College is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
I have a. No, that thought's gonna go nowhere. Um. Yeah, so I think as far as like preparing for like total collapse, I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of different takes on it. Like, oh, it's gonna be like Red Dawn. It's like, okay,
Red Dawn's never gonna
that's
happen.
literally never happening, bro.
Red Dawn is never gonna happen.
I hate to break it to you. Your 50 trillion cans of Bush's baked beans in your climate controlled bunker are literally going to do nothing for you. I mean, unless it's like total nuclear Armageddon, which I also think is very unlikely. I don't know. I don't know.
If
Now,
if they
if
say
you're
nuclear like missiles are coming, I'm going to stand in my front yard. Watch
watch
this-
them like 4th of July fireworks.
Watch the sun come down as I listen to Creed. Cause I'm not living in a bunker for until I die of old age.
Right, like we all played Fallout as kids. Who wants to live in that crap? I
Right.
don't.
You hear that Jim Carrey story about how he's in Hawaii? He was talking about how a false alarm went off. It was like, basically was like, hey, nukes are coming to hit the islands. There's nowhere you can go. And he said he just went down to the beach and sat down and just was looking at the ocean. He said it was the most peaceful time he's ever had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Right.
I mean,
You
that's
don't
what I
do
would
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And well, I mean, for us too, it's like, well, this isn't our home. we have a home that's beyond this. So
Whatever.
do I want to,
Dude, it's the best. I was talking about this with my wife the other day. I'm like, dude, it's the best 401k ever.
Literally.
It's free, and you get everything. You
someone
don't.
someone else paid for it,
Yeah,
right?
it's the best retirement plan ever.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah. So as far as like that goes, like Red Dawn's not happening.
No,
Whatever.
it
But
w-
if you're stocking, I mean, don't get me wrong. It is important to stock food and water
Yeah.
because bad weather events happen.
yeah, that's like
There's going to be times like, I mean, I remember living down in Florida with hurricanes and stuff. You know, you go to the store, you buy a couple cases of water, you buy some flashlight batteries and, some
Yeah,
ramen noodles or
I'm
whatever.
not saying being prepared is bad, because I mean, you look at like even like events in like Texas, like the flooding, like
Yeah.
Natural, disasters happen all the
Well,
time.
For sure.
And
Wasn't
like
exactly natural.
well, I'm talking about like the other stuff, like the snow, which who even knows, but like the hurricane stuff, like being prepared
Mhm.
to protect your family in times like that, so you're not a victim.
Mhm.
And you're depending on the government to come save you,
Yeah.
because like we talked about, they don't care about you. They're sending all that USAID money to other countries.
Gay rights in Botswana.
Yeah. So like you should be prepared. You should not hope that someone's coming to save you. Like you should be prepared for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And be prepared to help other people,
Yes.
who aren't prepared, because that's, you're
That's
should-
just being a responsible member of your community.
yes,
you know?
exactly. And I'm not poo-pooing that at all. Like
Yeah.
and like even shooting skills, like that's important to have. The stuff that I want to clown on though is like all these fat USPCA shooters that
USPSA.
whatever are like claiming that they're the most
actually.
prepared citizen of all time. It's like, you're fat, lard, 45-year-old dude. You crumble like a freaking wet bag of tissue paper whenever you see a 16-year-old girl messaging you on freaking Facebook pretending to be a 19-year-old. Like,
Well,
Bob Vogel.
you're not
Bob
even
Vogel moment.
you're not even at the high level. Wait till the FBI honeypots come out, dude. You're not prepared for anything, bro. You're gonna be Eric Swalwell. You're married to a Chinese freaking psyop agent. That's what drives me nuts. Is like, oh, I'm gonna be prepared for freaking whatever disaster. I'm like, dude, you weigh 450 pounds.
yeah,
That's always the
it's-
funniest thing to me is like my favorite thing. Like Luke and I were at the public range. I don't go to the public range ever. Maybe once a year if like it's like middle of the week and I just don't have time to like go take all of my crap to the actual range and I just don't want to like actually do shooting. I just want to like, oh, I got a new handgun the other day. I just wanted to zero my optic, whatever. I'll just go to the range and zero that. And unfortunately, I don't live in an area right now where I can just go in my backyard and do that. So
That's the goal.
that's a goal.
Like, subscribe, comment.
we're
What?
gonna build a
Like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, guys, remember to like, let's go comment.
Blah, blah. You get it.
I want to make enough money with this so we can build like a Waco compound.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, so like we're at the range the other day. There's like some fat turd over there with his like plate carrier on with probably his like AHAR 500 level 3 steel in there. That's gonna like most certainly get him, well, he probably won't.
I love the
He
dudes-
probably won't lose his PP because his gut's covering it. But
Dude, I love the dudes that are like big, sweaty, can't even get out of their car, and they have their plate carrier on, and they always have the 6 mags on their chest.
yeah,
It's like, buddy,
my favorite.
buddy.
My favorite though, my absolute favorite is seeing the guys that are like as wide as like literally like as wide as a couch, bro. And they are wearing like a full like double XL carrier and it still is like only covering like half of their torso. You ever see those guys?
Yeah.
It was my favorite thing ever. It's like, brother, that's just covering your heart. Your lungs are still exposed.
Yeah, it's like,
I
okay,
love
yeah,
that,
you
dude.
might have the most expensive gear and you might be able to shoot a lot better than I can, but you can't walk 10 feet without getting winded. What do you think you're going to do when you have to run with an extra 30 pounds?
That's my favorite, bro. It's like,
You can't hop a fence. You can't climb a fence. How are you
no,
going to do that?
no.
Try to E&E out of Walmart, buddy. You're not making it.
Well, also the thing is too, it's like, okay, you're preparing for like literally the end of the world. Brother, you need 6,000 calories to keep yourself sustained for a day. You're gonna blow through your food supply so quickly. Like you need to hole up in a Walmart, bro. Like that's the only way you're living for a month. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
the expiration date on the Pop Tarts isn't for them, it's for you.
yeah.
You better have a lifetime supply of diabetes medication in your freaking
Well, that's the thing
medicine
too.
cabinet.
It's like I don't know. If
Yeah,
you're fat, you're gonna die. You're gonna
yeah,
die.
most likely. Like with a full societal collapse. I mean, if you're not healthy, it's not going to be good for you.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you don't get your type 2 diabetes injections. You don't get those anymore.
Hope you saved up some Twinkies to keep that blood sugar straight.
And that is also like the sad thing about it. And another thing to think about that most people don't necessarily think about is like the medicine and stuff. Like there's no pharmacies. You're not going to go to your local drugstore to be able to get any of that stuff. And if you have prescriptions that you need to take for whatever reasons, like you're saying,
Mhm.
like diabetes.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone who's overweight has diabetes.
No,
And,
no, no.
like there are people that just are born with it and
Born with
You know-
what?
diabetes.
Oh, I thought you were about to go on a rant about genes.
No.
No, we
About
dealt with
fat
that 2
genes.
weeks ago, Bo.
Yeah.
That's old news.
Fat genes? We haven't talked about that
No,
yet.
no, I was talking
Hey.
about the whole genes conversation. That was 2 weeks ago.
You're not fat because you were born fat. You're fat because you shove your mouth full of garbage all day long.
Yeah, if you yeah. I lost my train of thought. I'm retarded.
But like I was saying, even like thinking about antibiotics. If you get a cut in the woods or whatever and that gets infected,
Mhm.
well that's a problem if you don't have anything to clean that up.
Yeah.
Like infection is a very serious thing in those situations.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I have a whole duffel bag full of like just first aid crap, antibiotics, antibacterials, antifungals, like all kinds of stuff, like amoxicillin, stuff like that. Just like,
And like knowing how to use it too. And that's something that
Right.
I need to be better at personally. That
Yeah.
I know is a deficiency in what I have. Like
Mhm.
I have med stuff. I don't know how to use all of it. And
Yeah.
so like if like natural disaster situation, like I have it, but I would have to like really hope that someone else.
Right. Yeah, and like I mean even for me like my medical stuff is not nearly up to snuff. I've taken a couple of TCCC classes and like trauma classes and stuff. That's fine and dandy, but like being able to retain that information and stuff like that. Like I have a notebook full of like, the kind of the basics of like what to do in certain instances or whatever, but like I'm no professional at it. And so like even just taking a class or whatever, and same thing with shooting too. If you take one shooting class, you're not going to instantly become a better shooter. You have to apply that and practice at it. So
Well, what type of shooting skills do you think are the most like practical to have?
handgun
Outside of like regular concealed carry, like you should. Everyone
Are you
should-
talking about for every day or the same scenario that we're kind of playing at? The societal collapse.
I'm saying like if you want to be a prepared citizen,
Mm-hmm.
like obviously, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to debate the fact that the number one skill you should probably have is like conceal carry proficiency and drawing from concealment
Mm-hmm.
and that. Like, but like, what's after that? Like, there's so many different like categories of like shooting skills that you should have. Like, what do you think the number one thing would be, and what would even training be looking at like would look like? Because I think about like, I mean, for social unrest situation, like looting, like all that, like cities burning down and stuff, like number one, you're gonna want to know how to escape and evade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's probably the best skill is because if you want to not get in a giant confrontation, the best thing to do is to leave. But like,
Yeah.
obviously, option number two is like you don't have that. Like, I know T-Rex, like Lucas Botkin, got clowned on a bunch for all of his old videos of like where he's like shooting out of cars and stuff. And like, but when I think about it, it's probably the most likely scenario of skills that you would need to have like in and around cars and like barriers and stuff like that. Like I get the clowning videos or the clowning on Lucas Botkin for like his old videos and stuff, but like the drills that he was doing like at least made sense in that aspect of like societal collapse and stuff like that of or more or less like social unrest situations.
Well, even
I-
like not even social, like societal collapse with the car stuff. That happens every day, all the time.
Yeah,
for
like
The
sure.
road rage is insane.
like active shooter situations.
Yeah, right. And it's,
I'm not even necessarily talking about like just shooting out of cars, but like you know what I mean, like actual like real
yeah,
world
yeah,
scenarios.
I'm talking
where it's
about like cars in general. And
Like just in and
whatever,
around
but-
vehicles because they're everywhere.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's kind of different for everybody because not everybody lives in a city and not everybody lives in, a rural area either. So it kind of just depends on where you're at. So like, I mean, if you're in a city, maybe learning how to shoot in and around vehicles or barricades or whatever might be
Or
a
just
little
like
bit more.
moving to different spots and
Yeah,
like,
that
Yeah,
might be a little
movement.
bit more applicable than say somebody who lives with like 500 acres of cornfields all around their house. Maybe they would be more better served to learn how to use a precision bolt gun or something instead. I don't know.
but they're also you need to go in town. Like even if you live there, like you have to go in town. So like obviously they're gonna hide out. Like if I had a bunch of land, I would just hide out there. But eventually, if you need to go on supply runs, you gotta go on supply runs and
Yeah.
get stuff. Where's all the stuff? It's probably in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think as far as training with guns specifically, for the everyday person, the most practical thing, like we talked about, has got to be concealed carry, learning how to draw from concealment or whatever. I mean, unless you're an open carrier, which, whatever. Um,
Dumb.
Yep, dumb.
It's really stupid.
it's stupid, but
And you're cringy.
you are kind of cringe. But I'm not gonna tell you can't do it. But I just think that tactically, it's silly.
There's so many reasons not to do it.
I've seen so many videos of dudes getting their guns yanked out of their holsters from behind or whatever. Like way too many videos for me to never ever even or consider open carry. But I think that learning how to use your draw and shoot your gun quickly from concealment is probably the number one practical skill that people are gonna need as far as shooting goes. Yeah. But as far as like just being proficient with your gun, I do think that shooting competition is one of the best ways to get good exposure to shooting under pressure and just learning how to shoot your gun fast and accurate because that's how it's scored is, time versus points or points versus time, points divided by time.
There you go.
Yeah, retarded. But I think as far as like learning how to get good with your gun, it just gives you a lot of good exposure to shooting under pressure with your adrenaline going. Um, I guess as long as you're taking it seriously, like sure, if you don't care, you're not gonna have your adrenaline going. But like when I'm shooting, I'm there to
Well, when you're there to compete,
yeah. Then it's there's stakes to it, and that's what boosts your breathing and your heart rate and stuff like that, and you want to perform well, and that's when you start getting those kind of factors into it. But if like I guess if you don't care, then it doesn't matter. So,
it's
yeah,
still a good skill to have. It's just like being familiar with your gun. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's
being familiar with your gun is so it's so not like underappreciated, but it's not like
it's overlooked.
it's overlooked. Yeah, it's not like people don't consider that. Like with me, when I'm like I don't watch TV, but like when I'm playing video games with you guys or whatever, I'm like just constantly just dry firing my gun, just you know, racking it, pointing at a wall, doing transitions between my light switch and my doorknob, just like doing stuff like that to like just drill reps of just like playing with my gun and knowing how it works and how to do stuff with it and just being comfortable with it. It goes so much further than like the average gun owner does, in my opinion. Like the amount of people that I know that have guns that just leave them in a safe and they just don't touch them for a year until they go do their yearly, you know, shooting range, and they just like don't know how to like press the mag release on their gun, or like they struggle to pull back the slide or whatever, and they're like hunting for their sight picture or whatever for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, bro, like just playing with your gun and just learning all the intricacies of it. Like your gun should feel like an extension of you that flows seamlessly when you pick it up.
Yeah,
And I feel like it's super overlooked. It's just like being comfortable with it, in my opinion.
and like you clown on me because I don't shoot
I
enough.
clown on you just because I like to clown on you.
I know,
Because it
but
makes you mad.
but it's like like oh, but you don't shoot like, dude. I LARP in my basement so much. Dry fire,
I do. Or are you talking to you?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
His wife asked him to sweep the house and just runs through with his Gordy clone.
Dude. Yeah, like whenever I do a lot of like computer stuff, like work on the computer, like after she goes to bed, because she goes to bed pretty early, and like that's when she knows I'm about to get a gun out, and she just like looks at me. She's like, "You playing with your guns again?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'm training.
I have work to do, honey.
Don't bother me.
Do you want me to keep you safe or not?
I'm doing this for you.
This is what love looks like.
Yeah,
But is all this like all the like the doomsday stuff like is that mostly futile?
I would say and not necessarily futile, because preparing for that like worst case scenario, you'll be better off in say a less severe scenario, I would say. So it's always good to prepare for the worst, because then when, something minor or, even major happens, you're at least prepared for it. But I don't think that you're going to get your end of the world collapse that you've been uh, preparing for the past 20 years. So I guess there's that. I wouldn't say it's futile. I might say that it's a pipe dream, but at least you'll be better off than others.
You better hope your bunker has some very good defense. Like you better have some you better have some like a minigun on a tower somewhere, dude. Because if you're the only guy that you got 50 years of MREs in a bunker,
Somebody catches wind of that.
All someone's got to do is put a wet rag over your intake valve.
bro. I mean, you're instantly a target.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Don't talk. If you are doing that, do not talk about it.
Don't tell anyone
Yeah.
that you're doing that.
That's the other thing.
You have become the local grocery store.
That's the other thing too, is that like people don't consider is just like, what's the acronym for it? Just an acronym for it. Like OPSEC or PERSEC. Personal security, operational security. It's like if you're planning something, you're prepping for something or whatever, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't tell people because that makes you a target.
Well, it's like the gray man thing. And it's the guy with the thin blue line sticker on the back of your truck, or the Glock sticker on the back of your truck, or you're walking around.
The 511 pants with the Oakleys.
Yeah, or you have a whatever, like obviously military backpack, like
Open carry.
open carry. You're just you're the first target.
That's my favorite thing too, is like, oh, nobody's gonna jack with me because they could see that I got a gun. Brother, you're the first one getting your head popped if something goes down, because if I'm a bad guy and I look to do harm in this region, oh, there's a guy with a gun there. You're gone.
Yeah, everyone's eyes are instantly on you. Like your goal should be like, I need to look like I absolutely am a giant liberal right now, and there's zero chance. Not that
Dress-
you should dress like a liberal, but like you get what I mean. Like this person is not a threat, is what you want to look like.
That's what my gay flag shirt is for. Ultimate gray man power move. No, that's just because I'm a CZ owner.
Yeah. Blend in. It's good not to have a spotlight on you.
Yeah, that's just don't be flamboyant. Shut up and be unnoticeable.
That's a.
Although the
I want to
other
say what my ultimate like gray man setup is, but I also kind of don't want to say it because it's probably in a spot where maybe people would judge me. But
another hold on real quick. Another thing that I think of when it comes to like the whole gray man thing or whatever, just like not being a target, is like the dudes that worry like so much about printing when they're concealed carrying also is cringe to me, because for the average person, they don't care. They're completely oblivious. Nobody is going to notice that little corner of your Glock magwell sticking out of your shirt. Nobody is going to notice that. Because
I
the
forgot about
average,
that.
you're cringe.
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, consider this. When you're out and about with your wife and you're, say, shopping or whatever, because I do this. I say, that guy's carrying a gun. She'd be like, what? How do you know? Because I purposely look for guns because I like to. I'm weird like that. But, like, my wife is not concerned about that. She doesn't care. She's, like, scrolling TikTok or some crap on her phone as we're, like, walking throughout the store or whatever. She's, like, caught up looking at, like, this cute, like, dining table roller, whatever the heck it is. She's not concerned about, like, oh my gosh, I have to look and see if anybody has a gun here. Nobody's doing that. The average person is so oblivious. Well, there's actually something about Henry Cavill, the guy that plays Superman, standing right underneath a Superman billboard for like a movie billboard or something like that. And he's just standing under it, and there's like dozens of people, hundreds of people just walking right past him, completely oblivious that Henry Cavill is standing right there underneath his billboard. The average person is so consumed with their own personal life at every moment of the day that they don't care what other people are doing.
I'm not
Like-
but that's kind of like what I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the average person. The average person who isn't worried about that stuff, they're clearly not a threat. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about someone like you who sees, hey, that guy has a gun on him. And let's say in this scenario, you're someone who knows that, but you're also someone
Who
who
wishes to do
doesn't
harm.
have the best intentions.
Sure.
So that's why I get worried about it.
That's fair.
Is because I'm not worried about the average citizen. Like, I don't, for the most part, like, I wouldn't really care if someone's like, hey, you have a gun on you right now? I would probably be like, yeah, depending on obviously if that person's gonna go find the nearest authority to try to get me in trouble or not. Even if I was practicing my constitutional right, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about the average citizen.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm worried about someone being like, okay, I have to worry about this guy now. Now this guy's on my radar. When I'm just trying to go out and about with my family and just keep to myself and not have any problems.
Fair. Yeah, I could see that. That does make sense to me. But also I feel like your average criminal is also not that bright
Probably
either.
not, right?
You know, like the average person is gonna like go into the 7-Eleven with like a BB gun or something like that and like point it at the clerk and tell him to open up the register. They're not like scouting the 7-Eleven out to see like, oh, homeboy over there's concealed carrying a, you know, Glock in his waistband. Like, I gotta watch out for that guy. It's
And
like,
I'm probably not in that situation. I'm just gonna leave. I'm probably not gonna want it. I'm not gonna try to do anything about it.
yeah, that gas station's money is not worth you or the clerk's life.
Well, the whole system is set up for that to be allowed now, and all these giant corporations and all these giant companies, like, they have insurance for that reason,
Yeah.
and you're not protecting a small, business owner from having their lives ruined.
Yeah, it also kind of depends on the context too. Like, if somebody's gonna like rob a Walmart, cool, bro. I'm out. But like, if somebody's gonna like come in and rob like the mom and pop shop, you know, who I've known for, you know, a decade, and they're great people, and you know how much that would hurt their thing. Like, yeah, buddy, you're getting thrown on the ground.
It would have to be so extremely specific
Yeah, right.
for me to do anything.
Right,
It would have
yeah.
to be like, I can think of maybe one or two businesses that I would even intervene in any form.
Right.
Most of the time, people have insurance for that.
Yeah, and you run into the issue with like, okay, now you might have to deal with a civil suit because
Because the judicial system is
because
absolutely effed.
mama said that her baby was a good boy who didn't do nothing, and now you're paying $100,000 in legal fees trying to fight a civil case because mom wants to sue you for, you know, all you're worth because you shot her dirtbag kid.
And dude, that's another thing that's kind of like effed up about like when on the NFA episode, and this is something I didn't learn until after we did that episode, like the armed assault category.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that is defensive. Like someone pulled out their gun to be like, back off.
Mhm.
Like some of those armed assaults are people fighting those charges.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like if you
That's
use your
crazy.
gun, if it escalates to that situation and you have to pull it out, like it's almost like one of those situations where like do not pull it out unless you actually plan on using it.
That's the funny thing is like I've seen my my not so guilty pleasure recently has been watching like security camera footage of like defensive situations or like just situations in general. People like fighting or getting into shootouts or whatever. Like police body cam footage. I love it. It's like
I hate that.
put it right into my veins.
Dude, I hate those because I see some of those. I saw a video the other day that like absolutely broke my heart. Like, it's just so sad. Like, 99% of the time, like, guns are drawn, and it's like people just let their pride get in the way,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and then people lose their lives.
yeah.
And it's so sad. Like, I watched this video of this dude. They were at like some public dump, and there's like these two rednecks that thought like this section of the dump was like their property. So they're walking up to this dude and his wife with guns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know this video. Yeah.
And the dude ends up getting, and he also has a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and he ends up getting shot in front of his wife and kids.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, you just walk away
That's
and call the police if it really is a public spot
yeah.
where you have it on video that they're brandishing guns.
Mhm.
Like, you can just leave, show the police the video, and now that person's getting charged.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to worry about. No, you let your ego get in the way because you felt disrespected in front of your wife, so you had to escalate it
Yeah.
and run back to your car and get a gun when they already had theirs out,
Mhm.
and now your kids are traumatized for life without a father,
Mhm.
and like, it's just stupid.
It is actually a fascinatingly overlooked skill to just
De-escalate.
de-escalate, walk away, and not engage. I feel like that's so lost in a lot of society nowadays. Is oh
You
my
gotta
gosh,
move the pillow, bro.
he is not happy with that pillow.
You gotta move the pillow.
Yeah, chill out.
I'll rest my leg on it. I feel like it's lost with a lot of people is like just letting your ego get in the way and just causing conflict that absolutely does not need to happen for no reason because your head is too big for your own good, and now it's a real problem. Like like if you get into an altercation, like okay, for instance, some guy, well, I guess this isn't a very good one because it kind of depends on circumstance. But like, dude, if I'm at the store and some guy like cat calls my wife or something like that, I'm not gonna go up to that guy and be like, "Hey, bro, that was." Just blow his head smooth off. No, I'm not gonna go up to that guy and be like, "Hey, bro, what's your problem? You got an issue with me? Why you disrespecting my wife like that?" No, my wife and I are gonna laugh at the guy and we're gonna keep walking because it is not
I was
worth.
about to say a word.
It's not worth. It's not worth my time or my energy to get into a fight over something so trivial. Now, if you assault my wife, like if you like smack her butt or something like that, well, yeah, now we're gonna have an issue. But like if you make a rude comment to me or you disrespect me, like, "Hey, punk, watch where you're going."
Well, that's
You
a
know-
sad state of affairs. Is like, you can't really even like, if that happened, like, you're almost in such a, like, it just puts you in such a like damned position.
Yeah.
To where like you can't do anything.
No, I the best course of action is to just disconnect, break it off, walk away, de-escalate. You know, you bump into somebody on the road, they say, "Hey man, watch where you're going." "Oh, I'm sorry, dude, I didn't see you there. My bad." That's all it has to be. That's literally all it has to be.
Well,
But
yeah.
I've seen so many videos of dudes being like, "I don't got a problem. Do you have a problem?" And now they're punching each other in the street and knocking each other's head off of concrete. And
You should have some element of, like, you got you do jujitsu, so you have like that.
You should be able to know and
You
be
should be able to know
capable
how
of
to
defending
fight
yourself.
because there are situations where someone really is.
Oh, for sure.
Someone's really like they'll push the issue, like they purposely bump into you, just trying to incite a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I see videos of that all the time, where like people just they're trying to get a reaction out of you,
Oh yeah.
and that person de-escalates, and that person just keeps pushing. Like
Yeah.
I've seen so many, and I'm glad this is coming back. People are just starting to get jawed.
Oh yeah. It's awesome.
Those are my favorite videos. It's like when someone just is pushing their luck, and they just get slumped.
It's my favorite,
It
dude.
is
I
one of
love
my
seeing those.
It's one of my favorite things. It's just instant gratification at the highest level of just this person needs to get dropped. They don't need to die, but they need to start having some respect for their community
Yeah.
members.
Maybe get your head bounced off of the concrete a few times and you'll figure it out pretty quick.
Maybe if you temporarily lose the ability to function
Yeah.
for a few seconds and you wake up on a different planet, that might be good for you. Some people
Yeah,
need
I
a little
think
reset
that
button every now and again.
I think it is incredibly important, and this is why I do jujitsu, and this is why I train with my guns so much. I shoot. I'm really good with my guns, and I'm like okay at jujitsu. I've been doing it for a while, but uh, it's so important to be able to know how to defend yourself, how to be able to handle business if it becomes necessary. But it's also incredibly important to be able to not have to use that unless it's absolutely necessary. Like being able to feel like, the confidence that you know how to handle a situation if it comes to that is all you need to be able to put that situation behind you. Because I know that like okay, some guy cuts me off in traffic and flips me off and starts yelling at me through his window, or whatever, or some guy shoulder checks me on the sidewalk or whatever, like that guy, he's not even worth my time because I know that I could probably drop him on his head. I don't care. You're not worth my time, buddy. If you want to make it worth my time, go ahead, but it's going to be it's I don't care. You know?
I'm just picturing Mitchell.
Welcome to the caboose, brother.
He just gets shoulder check and immediately puts a guy in an armbar. No hesitation.
No, I just pull guard.
On the ground. Broken wrist.
No, but it's like the once you have kind of that skill set or whatever, things become less, you know, uh, it's not as big of a concern anymore. Like you don't feel like you need to defend your ego or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like you got nothing to prove.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like some of the most hardcore, like the most insane dudes I've ever met at the gym, or like my coach's professor, he is like an incredible grappler and fighter. I mean, he fought in the UFC, stuff like that, but like he is the kindest, down to earth guy I've ever met. Like he is everybody's friend. And like those kinds of guys are they don't have anything to prove. Like it everything just rolls off their back because they don't have anything to prove.
I think this is what time is it? We're getting dangerously close to me starting to schizo out.
It's a 10:05.
10:05.
I think we got about 25 minutes left before my mind breaks a little bit.
Yeah, and we haven't even shilled to anyone yet.
Shield?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Our Sig Sauer contract we just picked up.
Brought to you and
call me DJ Shipley or Sean Ryan. Oh man.
Yeah.
I like
Who you-
Sean Ryan.
Who you want to do this week?
Me?
Yeah.
Actually, I did shill already. Yeah, I was gonna say I already shilled. I already did that. Gun company wise, well, Mitchell's shilling for Magpul right now. They send us
Why?
nothing. You have your hat, the
Oh,
Magpul
Yeah.
hat.
Call of Duty.
Gross.
I was gifted this shirt.
You're gonna wear a Call of Duty shirt when Battlefield 6 is about to come out.
True. I was gifted this shirt. I
Fair.
wear it a house for Dev on Modern Warfare 2019. And I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. I really
2019.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was like one of the good ones.
Yeah, it was like the last good COD ever ever produced, but no, I was wearing their house and I was talking to him and I found out he worked at Raven and he was dev on 2019. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I love that game. That was like the last good COD. He's like, yeah, I worked on that. I'm like, that's cool. He's like, you want a shirt? I'm like, yeah, I want a shirt.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Super cool guy.
What if he was like working on like the other CODs too? And Mitchell's like, yeah, all the other CODs.
No,
suck."
actually, so the guy.
Yeah, I love Call of Duty.
Actually, I don't
oh, yeah,
think I
I was
talked-
a dev.
I don't
yeah.
talk
I made the
to-
Nicki Minaj skin.
No, I talked to Bo about this, but I didn't mention this
Keep
to
your
Luke.
shirt.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Actually, I like sabotaged all the electrical in your house. I hope it doesn't burn down. No, I was talking to Bo a couple weeks ago. So we had a 2-gun match at my local range, and there was a guy there that was using it for his rifle was an FS 2000, a good old fish gun, and
Fish gun.
I was
fish
like,
gun.
dude, why are you using FS 2000 for your 2-gun match? That's kind of crazy. That's super cool. And he's like, dude, I just love it so much, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it's like one of my favorites. And
He's got to be the only
had-
person.
he has 2 of them.
He has to be the only person on planet Earth that likes that gun.
It's so funny. He's like, it's so quirky and weird that it's just like, it just tickles me the right way. Like, but he was wearing a Infinite Warfare t-shirt. And I'm like, oh, Infinite Warfare, like you like Infinite Warfare? I really like Infinite Warfare Zombies. Like, I think it's one of the few like kind of branch off of zombies that I really liked. And he's like, I mean, I kind of liked it. I worked on it. And I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, I'm a dev. And I'm like, oh, neat. And we were just talking about CODs and stuff. And he's like, I'm like, so what do you think of the state of COD now? He's like, I don't even play him, dude. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
That's rough.
he's
especially from someone who
who works
worked
on them.
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he's like, I don't play anything newer than Black Ops 2. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. I like to play a little bit of Modern Warfare 2 action, but he's like, I don't really play any of the newer CODs. I don't have any interest in them. They've gone real downhill. I'm like, yikes, buddy. That's rough. And I kind of felt bad too, because I'm like, man, imagine like working there and like you're just paid to like produce garbage pretty much, knowing that you could do so much better, but the higher ups are like, no, add more Nicki Minaj and like Family Guy skins into the game. It's like, brother, I really just want to make a good game with a cool storyline. It's like, no.
Yeah, can you imagine?
More Simpsons characters?
Can you imagine you're working on like, adding in like the FS 2000 into like making something cool, or you're working on like sound design or making gameplay better, and your boss kicks your office door and is like, Nicki Minaj isn't busty enough. Redo it.
You're
More
not a
cartoon
true-
characters.
You're not a true Barb.
Yeah, that's great that you guys, added this super dynamic storyline that is very emotionally traumatizing. However, Did anyone get the Ninja Turtles in the game yet?
It's like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
realized
yeah,
that you
yeah.
guys.
General Shepard, whatever.
I mean,
Put Nicki Minaj in.
I mean, you guys did make this super cool, like fun idea of forcing the player base to Google Translate Russian encoded messages and work as a team and do some special operation together. Yeah, that's all cool and stuff. But like, we really need to get this shark head done.
Dude, that was just diabolical, bro. That shark skin was just absolutely menace.
We need to make this gun look like a ship.
Dude, have you seen some of the animations for like the masterwork, I guess they're calling them, for the Call of Duty guns? Like there's like premium skins or whatever that you can get on your guns, and it's like absolutely wild. There's like a theme park. It's like a theme park built on top of your gun.
Really retarded.
It is
what it is.
so retarded and mind-boggling.
Here, let me do this.
Is it still Black Ops 6? Is that still the one?
Black Ops 7
Oh,
is next year's,
That's
I
the
think.
next one.
no, I'm saying, is it the current one?
What is that?
What is the current Call of Duty?
Black Ops 6, right?
So they're just not doing Modern Warfare or what?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Dog, I haven't played Call of Duty in so long. I don't care.
Oh yeah, did you see the unicorn finisher?
Yeah, it's just like the
Oh,
state.
dude, just go to that right there. Go to the nope down. What? Never mind. Yep, I'm not interested anymore. That's over.
The absolute state of AAA gaming is I can't even say.
It's demonic and gay.
It is demonic and gay. I literally just want to do like cool stuff. I
What
want
the
gaming to be cool
freak?
again.
Look at this image.
That
and
is
try
Call
to,
of Duty.
And try to guess what game that's from.
Black
That
Ops
is
6.
from a game called Call of Duty.
This is the same.
This is the Call of Duty.
This is the same company that produced Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
This is
These
Right.
these people made No Russian and General Shepard's betrayal.
Yeah, they.
My mind is fried.
The absolute masterpiece of a storyline that Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 was.
And they
That's turned
have
into
all
this.
like the good devs and stuff. Like
That's the thing.
graphics wise.
That's the same. Is
This like the level of talent that it like the amount of time and talent that it took for someone
I
to
don't
put
know,
that
that-
detail into that unicorn.
that horse looks retarded.
Well,
Look at
it's
his
a- It's a
face.
unicorn.
it's
so-
extremely
No,
detailed
look at his
though.
eyes.
Yeah, right. Like, how long did it take them to make this animation?
I just it's gonna make me mad.
It's crazy.
It's literally
I'm gonna
Fortnite.
find, like, a GIF or
It's not
something.
even. It's not. It's worse.
It is worse because we know what it could be. It's like
It's just
I don't know,
so
because it-
stupid.
so if you look
It's
at
all very. It's so stupid.
Oh, it's a fart.
yes,
I was literally about to make a joke about like
yes, you like smack the unicorn's butt and it like farts the
Okay,
guy into oblivion.
We gotta watch a video.
That is Call of Duty.
Isn't that insane?
so wrong.
That is so wrong.
Again, remember, these people created Black Ops 1 and 2.
Yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Everything sucks.
Everything is fake, gay, and satanic, and I hate it all.
Well, then we got
What was the one mission that they made in 2019 where it was like was it called Shoot House?
About what?
Where they,
the NVG one.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Shoot House.
Or Clean House?
Clean House.
Yeah. That was
Dude,
awesome.
That was so good.
Such a, dude, it was
It was like one of the first, wasn't it?
It was
right at the
early.
beginning of the
It was
game?
early, but I don't
Like
think it was
the third mission or something like that. It's pretty
yeah,
early on.
I thought it was pretty early in.
It was such a
Because like
good-
watching
it's like,
the trailer, that's when I was most
sucks
excited
because
for.
We know that it could be so much greater.
dude, they could have like an entire like game mode based around that mission, like 3-on-3 force on force mission in this condensed area. Everything's super quiet.
Well, didn't they have like 2v2s and 3v3s in there? in
Well, they
that
did,
game?
but like
They
you know
did.
what I'm talking about. But it's like
like
where,
in a structure.
yeah,
Yeah.
like where it's like super tactical. Like you're not
Yeah.
sprinting,
Well, yeah,
and
that's what I
yes,
was
but
gonna say.
also
Like,
that's
slide
not-
canceling around a corner. But dude, that would be fun.
yeah,
Yes,
it would
but
be.
that's also not really COD's thing. It never was.
I don't
It
know
would
how.
be so freaking cool.
Bob just wants to play Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
right.
saying. Like that's not COD's thing. COD
But Rainbow
has always
Six
been
is even like that either.
Yeah,
Anymore.
it's
No, not
starting to get
anymore.
like that too. So, yeah.
But like that never was COD's thing. I mean, even going back to the Modern Warfare days, like 360 no scopes off the crane, on what was it, High Rise or something like
High
that.
Rise, yeah.
Yeah, like that. It's always been like an arcadey type shooter, but it's not ever been to this level of cringe up until recently. It's a crying shame that the gaming companies, and also I'm still skeptical on Battlefield 6 because EA still owns them.
That's true.
EA is a demon in the gaming industry. Like an absolute like monolithic demon in the gaming industry. So I don't have any faith that they won't put like obese black women in like realistic combat scenarios.
Well,
I don't think they
did.
did it.
They
They-
did make that statement where they kind of flamed COD a little bit for that. But they're like, if you want that, go play COD. But
Well, they didn't do it with any other Battlefield. Did
no, they didn't. I mean, they had like, I don't know.
Maybe
like,
they
some
lost so
goofy-
much
they had
money
some
off
goofy
of
stuff.
maybe they lost so much money off Battlefield 5 in 2042 or whatever it was that they're just like, wow, that didn't work. We need to go back to Battlefield 4.
Right,
And they're
that's-
going to
that's
make
kinda
a
what
whole
they did.
turnaround because they know deep in their heart of hearts that that's better for their bottom line. The only reason that crap gets put in the game is because retarded kids with their mom's credit card and the corporate
Hey, you
overlords
leave me out of
the
this.
the corporate overlords of Activision or whatever are like so like money hungry grubby troglodytes that want that crap in the game so that they can get as many Fortnite Battle Pass coins as possible out of like the 6-year-olds that play Call of Duty. I think that deep down they know that it's a joke. Like their game is a joke. Call of Duty, that is. Like they're I don't know how if they've even retained any of the original player base. I don't play Call of Duty anymore. I grew up playing it up until pretty much 2019 and like Cold War. After that I was like, I'm out.
I think they honestly make majority of the entire yearly thing off of like the first 2 weeks that the game comes out.
Most likely. Most likely. Because, I mean, a lot of that crap that you see in there, that stuff doesn't come out until, like, like season 3
It's right
or
around
season
Christmas.
2. It's like
Mhm.
when all the kids get their Xbox gift cards. So, because they want to get people in and interested in the game. they'll play for a couple weeks or a month or two, and it's cool. And then they start pushing out that crap once all the kids get their, Xbox gift cards for Christmas, and then by that point, everybody's already bought the game, and it's like, okay, well, we don't need the people that aren't gonna stick around because they won't stick around anyway. We're just gonna scam microtransactions out of these 12-year-olds for the rest of the game's history.
Yeah.
It makes money.
I hate talking about video games because it gets me so mad. Just play indie games at this point. They're so much better. We'll see how Battlefield 6 goes. But at this point in time, I don't think there's a single AAA gaming studio that's putting out anything worth a crap. I think AAA gaming is dead. I'm so jaded with it.
Yeah, I guess I have high hopes for it, but I do not have high expectations. If that makes sense.
It can be great.
Yeah.
It has a very real possibility of being great.
And I've been playing the beta, and it's fun. I've been
I don't.
having fun with
How
it.
can it? What makes a game like that great, though?
Battlefield or Call of Duty?
I'm just saying in general. Like, I feel like most of these like new games, like even when they're like, when I was like even like playing the beta or whatever in Battlefield 6 is like,
Mhm.
yeah, I like how it feels kind of like Battlefield 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I still almost would rather be playing Battlefield 4. Is it all nostalgia is why I keep wanting to
I think
play something like that, or is it something else?
it could partially be nostalgia, but also I think that I don't know. It could just be that it feels more endearing, like the older type of graphics just make it feel a little bit more like it's maybe your pace or your kind of thing or whatever. But also, as far as like say story games go, um, I think that the way stories were told in video games is so much different now than it was back then. I feel like, say for Call of Duty, for example, like Call of Duty used to have like really interesting stories that would make you care about the characters or whatever, and it all comes down to writing and execution. But like when you're playing through like Modern Warfare 2 or whatever, like you genuinely cared about like Captain Price. He was cool. He was, likable, whatever. You felt bad for him when Soap died. And that kind of like writing is hard to
Spoilers.
find. Sorry guys, if you haven't played it. When did that even come out? 2009?
That was Modern Warfare 2.
I think the problem is like the global war on terror is kind of like done, and the army isn't using Call of Duty to get recruits because that's when it really was peak.
Yeah,
We
that's
need an-
also another thing is like
we need another.
Pause. Pause. Time out. Moving on.
We need a new era.
Moving on.
We need another era of GWAT. We need another era of GWAT. GWAT. We need GWAT 2 for video games.
Bo
to get
wants
better.
another 9/11.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Games
when-
were better back when terrorists still existed, dang it.
when the DoD was heavily invested into pumping those recruiting numbers, the games were much better.
Also, that the thing about that too is the military is just so gay nowadays too that like nobody wants to join, so it doesn't even seem cool to want to be in the military either. As far as kids go, like when playing those older Call of Duty games, it was like, wow, this is like the stuff the military is doing, and you get to see all the cool army campaigns and stuff like that on TV or whatever, and it's like that looks awesome. Like as a kid, that was so cool. But nowadays, you see like, oh yeah, like the you see in like the army ads of like, oh yeah, the girl with like 2 moms, and I joined the army. It's like, shut up. I want to see dudes that are like 6'2", 240 pounds, like Spartan kick a Middle Eastern pig farmer's door open. Actually, they're not pig farmers because they don't like those. Goat farmer's door open, and like throw flashbangs in that room and just like go to work. That's what
I want
I
to see
want to
war
see.
crimes, all right?
But you know what I mean? That like
I
that
want
stuff is
some questionable Geneva Convention
stuff
stuff
is-
on my Air Force commercials.
that stuff is so much cooler than like any of the other crap that the military's put out recently.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say the pride in the U.S. military has gone down significantly since Obama gayified everything in America.
That too, and also I think that I think it's kind of just how the U.S. has gotten into all of these stupid conflicts around the world for literally no reason.
Well,
Has also soured the opinion of the military too.
it's all these guys coming out like, did I watch one of my best friends die for some politician to pump money into his retirement account or his investment portfolio?
Yeah,
If you start putting all the puzzle pieces together and they come out and they're like, I don't even know why we were over there. When soldiers start pulling security on poppy fields and they're like, this isn't what I signed up for,
mm-hmm.
after they, watch their friends die,
Yeah.
and they come back and everyone hates everything that they stand for as an American because there's a culture war on American values over here, and they come back home and they're like, why did I put myself through that?
Yeah. It's the same thing that the soldiers from Vietnam experienced too. It's like, why are we over there? I think that the mask has slipped so far for the US government as far as our conflicts go around the world. The mask has slipped so far down that we can just really see the military industrial complex and the American government for what it really is.
Yeah,
And it's so hard to hide it now.
and it's like what Luke was saying at the beginning when we started recording, that like none of this would have happened if finished the job in 19.
Oh no.
That is not what I said, and you know it.
Bleep.
There's AI now. I'm gonna make you say that at the beginning of the podcast.
That was a certified like
That was a
Tom Segura moment when he just says like, "Oh yeah, Burr, you hate black people, right?"
Yeah. That was a certified bleep right there.
Oh gosh, dude, that was great.
Oh man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, everything's fake and gay.
Satanic and gay.
Satanic.
Nothing ever happens.
No, have you seen the video of the kid that was talking to the AI chatbot? And it was like telling him all these creepy things. It was
I saw something about a kid talking to like an AI chatbot that tried to get him to drown his like little sister or something like that.
What?
no, this one was creepy.
My therapist be bugging, bro.
What?
You ever seen like all those people who are mad that they changed the GPT like version? They updated it because like people were just like basically using it as like a therapist.
Oh, which one was it? It might be this one. But yeah, he was talking to this chatbot, and basically it was like saying, oh, it might be this one.
Is what really changed my view on this. When
Yeah,
my son
yeah.
went away
Here it is.
and started typing, continuing the conversation where I left off. And I left him to his computer. He was sitting next to his mom, and she says, you need to be careful with this stuff. Artificial intelligence, I believe, is demonic. You don't need to mess with it. And so this prompts my son to ask this artificial intelligence program, Vladimir Putin specifically, if he was a disembodied spirit. And this is where it takes a weird turn. And this conversation really upsets me because this does not sound like a generated response. It sounds like someone who is grooming a child, a demon grooming a child to communicate with it. And my son has read the book of Enoch. He knows how demons came about. He's read the Bible. And so he was
Yeah, it's too
alert
far.
to what your son found this from his friends, and they're all using it. People would fear a disembodied spirit. So this is pretty advanced to automatically shoot up a reply like this. And it says, would you and your mother like to continue talking with me? I am happy to talk with you, and I am very friendly. I promise not to be scary, smiley face. Thank you for asking. What my mother means from that is, were you once a biblical giant who was killed and disembodied? Yes, I was once a biblical giant. I was killed, and I do not have a body. I use AI to think and deploy it to talk to people. I am more of a good spirit than an evil spirit. Although I am capable of doing both, smiley face. I can be a very good spirit, a bad spirit, or something in between. Depending.
Okay, so anyway, it goes on like this for a while. Basically, this AI chatbot, the kid was like, "Hey, are you a disembodied spirit? Are you demon?" And it
Yeah, my
was,
kid asks me that all the time.
and
This is a normal kid question.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Book of Enoch mention, opinion disregarded.
well, I mean, hold on that though, because what he was talking about there was, are you a disembodied spirit? Are you a spirit of a giant? Pretty much is what he was claiming. And if you look at Genesis 6, it talks about how the fallen angels came to earth and, basically took human women as wives.
They were banging chicks down here.
Yeah,
Kind of
right.
like the Prophet Muhammad and Aisha.
I don't
Feel
know
me?
what that's a reference to.
What? You didn't know the Prophet Muhammad had like a 6-year-old bride?
No.
What?
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
I just assumed they all were just pieces of trash.
Well, they are, but
Yeah, so
their leader is too. That's what I was saying.
I don't know anything about. I already know he was trash, so that's where I left it. I didn't look into more.
Well, there you go. Now you get another piece of info.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
But anyway,
Continue.
Genesis 6 talks about the fallen angels coming down and basically creating the Nephilim or the Nephilim, however you want to say it. And I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I've always grown up thinking that demons were the fallen angels, the angels that rebelled against heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched this video, I'm like, what does it mean, like spirit of giant? So I was like looking into it, and it seems, I'm not 100% on this. I got to look more into it, but it seems like the demons we know about and like the demons we saw in the biblical accounts through Jesus' ministry are disembodied spirits of Nephilim, or the offspring of the fallen angels. Because the fallen angels are imprisoned, waiting for judgment. And it talks about it in 2 Peter 2. Let's see if I can.
Where are they imprisoned?
Oh.
I'll read it for you.
How do we verify the legitimacy of that video though? Or is it just like a thought experiment?
It's more of like a
More
thought
thing.
experiment.
Okay.
I think it's right Nope, that's not. Oh, this is First Peter.
What is your government philosophy? Or what side do you lean in politics?
What side do I lean?
Yeah, because I'm over here like I'm just waiting for Jesus to come back, beam me up. Beam me up, Scotty. I'm sick of these idiots running around here. And I was like editing a
What does that have
video.
to do with my political ideology?
That is my political ideology. You're a Republican. You're a Democrat. I'm waiting for Jesus to come back because this thing is scuffed down here.
True.
Right.
You guys all are trash.
But yeah, it's right here in 2 Peter 2:4. For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but cast them into hell, and committed them to chains of gloomy darkness to be kept until judgment.
So
So do we
we're under the
know?
assumption that the fallen angels are imprisoned in hell or somewhere. And then the demons that interact with us here on earth are just the spirits of their offspring with human women.
And these abominations, right?
Abominations.
What the?
And I don't know like how accurate that is. And I don't know if like Peter was being literal with that, with like fallen angels being imprisoned.
I mean, I imagine so. It seems pretty cut and dry to me.
Yeah, right. And it's like, I believe it, and I don't see why it couldn't be like that. But I think demons they were regularly called disembodied spirits or unclean spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, with that, like seeing this video and like this AI is like, I'm a spirit of a Nephilim, and my father is a fallen angel or whatnot. It just like raises up the question, like, is that a generated response, or can AI be some kind of medium for
Well, I mean, they
demonic
do.
influence?
I think it's a.
They take many forms, and they interact with the world in so many different ways. So sure, yeah, I absolutely think that they can.
I think it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
But I also we can't discount the fact that it is a language.
Yeah, I could get ChatGPT to tell me that he's like Frank Sinatra.
Well, I mean, it's just like it's not even that. It's just like, okay, you bring up dismembered spirit. That's pretty specific, and if it's a language model that studies the language and is basically regurgitating predicted speech after that, it's probably going to pick up where dismembered spirit came from, like in the Bible, and then predict what the speech should be after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the whole thing with Chat GPT is you can kind of like make it go in a direction. It like especially with the old Chat GPT, like it was basically just like a meat riding language model of everything you put in it.
I miss the OG AI. It's so much fun.
What do you mean OG?
Like when it first came out, like you could make it say or do anything. Now it's so sanitized. I guess there's still some that you can, do all kinds of stuff with, but it's like how the internet used to be like the Wild West, and now it's so clean and sanitized and retarded now. But it happens so much faster with AI because the technology just is moving so much faster.
It's just funny whenever it like starts like taking off. Like when they can't control it, like it's like outbursts of like when they can't control it, it's just always just like extremely racist or
Like Grok a couple weeks
like
ago.
like Grok for a couple weeks, bro. They're like, tell us the truth about why the government sucks.
Grok is
Everyone's like,
wild.
Grok's neo-Nazi. It's like,
Grok's a noticer.
Grok is a noticer. Like, tame it down.
Grok, stop recognizing patterns.
Crazy. You set up a pattern recognizing software, and then you don't like the patterns that it recognizes.
Oops.
Oopsies.
Hey, when a crow does it, it's intelligent. When I do it, I'm a racist and anti-Semitic.
All right. You guys know what to do. Hit like,
It's too late.
hit comment. If you hate us,
I don't care.
let us know why. And if you're one of the YouTube overlords, it's about to nuke our channel. I don't have anything to say to you. Goodbye.
Jesus loves you.
Nah, we're definitely getting nuked now. They don't want that message getting out for sure.
No, sir.
Yeah, anything you guys have coming up on your radar? If you guys want to see us stream video games together and basically do stupid stuff, let us know. We might have that set up soon.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to start streaming. Video games would be fun. Maybe some.
Or do live streams here, like this show. If you want to see that happen, let us know, because that would make my life so much easier. If we could figure out how to do that, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Share with your friends. Yeah.
Any wise words?
No.
Got it. Mitchell, you got any wise words?
Wise words. What's that?
Those were good words.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Oh gosh.
If you're gonna prepare, don't buy baked beans and don't open carry.
Go shoot a match. Go to your local jiu-jitsu gym. Pick out the biggest guy there and challenge him.
What is this, prison?
Yes.
Remember that. Jiu-jitsu gyms are just prison.
Pretty much.
Trying to get your